YouTube channel. So you are going to learn cost accounting with Jiva. Right, so our first video we talk about fixed cost and second video we talk about variable cost, and in this video you are going to learn about semi-variable cost. Can you remember when I was classifying cost into three items, right? I wrote fixed cost here, and the second item I wrote here variable cost, and the third item semi-variable cost. So this is what we are going to talk about, and I wrote it in the middle. Why is that? I told you at the end of the lesson you would understand why I wrote like that in the middle, because semi-variable cost, when you hear the name fixed cost, you guess it is something fixed. It is not changing with the level of activity. And when you hear the term variable cost, you guess and you understood it is something vary with the level of activity. When you hear the term semi-variable cost, that means that means a part of it changing with the activity level and other part won't change. So semi-variable cost is like this. It's a combination of fixed cost and variable cost. So semi-variable cost I can write like this. Semi-variable cost. Semi-variable cost. It is a combination, or else I'll write like this. Fixed cost plus variable cost. The combination I can introduce as the semi-variable cost. Now, can you guess any example for these type of costs? Can you guess? So, let's think. Now, I have the electricity connection with Ceylon Electricity Board, CEB, or else LECO, whatever the company. Now, let's say I told you during the month of May, due to the global pandemic, I couldn't do anything. I didn't produce anything. But what happened? The month, let's say that means I didn't use the electricity and I didn't switch on anything, and the whole month I have closed down my garment, small scale garment factory. Then still I want to pay something as the rental. Or else let's say I couldn't use my phone. Not at all. Yes, I know it's an example. You don't have any time when you are not using phone. Let's say for an example, for the whole month you didn't use your phone and it is a postpaid connection. Still you have to pay the monthly rental fee. And how about the water board facility or the water facility? Then what happened? Again you have to pay a monthly rental. So these, and when you are consuming more units, apart from that fixed item, you have to pay more for these types of cost. So that means part of that cost you have fixed terms, like monthly rental, and you have variable version. When you increase the number of units or when you increase your consumption, this will be changing. So I am going to show semi-variable cost using two graphs. First one is like this, right? Now I am going to show you my electricity bill, water bill and telephone bill, whatever the utility bills, they have this type of behavior. It's like this. Now can you understand how it comes? So let's say for an example, my monthly rental is 300, right? So if I am not doing, so this is the cost and this is the number of units, right? Let's say I have not produced anything, that is the number of units is 0. Still I want to pay that 300. When I am increasing the number of units, together with this 300, I want to pay more. So that means, so this is the fixed portion. Now can you understand? So this is the fixed cost item I want to bear, and this is the variable cost. Now can you understand variable cost? How I can have my semi-variable cost Example is what? This is semi-variable cost. Example is electricity bill, right? Example is electricity bill. Or else another example. Another example. Electricity bill, water bill, telephone bill, that means my utility bills, right? So this is how it is changing, right? Fixed cost portion and the variable cost portion, all together it is semi-variable cost. Examples are electricity, water and telephone. So I told you I am going to graphically show you the semi-variable cost in two different ways, two different graphs. So this is one type. That means the initial, the fixed cost portion is like this, and when you are increasing the number of units you produce, you have to bear more. That means it is changing together with this fixed portion. So now I am going to hope everybody understood. This is the fixed portion and variable portion. Altogether it is the semi-variable cost, and examples are electricity, water and telephone, right? So I am going to draw the next graph. It's like this. Look at this graph. Again, this side it is cost and this is number of units, right? And it's like this. Now, what do you think? Right. So this is, for an example, sales representative salary. Now what happened? Up to 5,000 unit, he is getting only 25,000 salary, right? That's his basic salary. So after 5,000 units, that means when he is selling beyond that, he can get the commission or a sales commission. So what happened here? So this is the basic salary. So this is what? Fixed cost, right? And this is what? Variable portion, right? All together, this is semi-variable cost. Semi-variable cost. Example, sales representative's salary. Hope everybody understood. That's the end of the cost classification, right? Video number 1, we talk about fixed cost behavior. Number 2, we talk about variable cost behavior. And this video, that is part 3, we talk about semi-variable cost. Now, hope everybody can have an idea how we can classify our cost based on the behavioral pattern and how it behaves with the number of units we produce, or else how it changes with the level of activity. And I summarize, the level of activity can be changed from business to business. It can be number of units produced, number of miles traveled, and number of meals served, number of hours worked. So depending on your business type, there can be various level of activities, right? And whatever the level of activities, when we are changing it, what happened to our cost item? It may be building rent, it may be direct material, direct labor, utility bills and sales representative salary. So many cost items or the many expenses, right, we are involving, we have in our day-to-day business activities, how this is changing with the level of activity, right? Hope now you can imagine why it is important for the business, because to make decisions, to plan our business activities and to control our business activity, at least we need to have a basic idea about this cost classification. If we know this cost is coming under this type, that means if it is a fixed cost, what should I do? If it is a variable cost, so I know the behavior of this cost item, so what should I do? So if you have an idea what are the examples for each and every cost item and how it behaves with the level of fluctuation, then you can decide how I'm going to plan my activities, how I'm going to make decisions, and how I'm going to control my business activities. So that's the end of cost classification. Then next video we are going to talk about break-even analysis. Again, it will be an important video for decision making, right? Okay, see you everybody with our next video. It is break-even analysis.